All right, lads. All I'm gonna say is that the crypto market looks terrible right now. Terrible. So in today's video, let's do a quick market update on our top dogs, Bitcoin, and of course ETH, so-called crypto market leaders. And as always, nothing here is financial advice. So let's jump straight into our charts without wasting anyone's time here. So, and of course, before that, all I'm gonna say is that yes, I've been off the radar for the past few weeks. I was busy. I was working on some stuff, so sue me. But now I'm back full time on YouTube. And let's just rewind the clock by looking on the Bitcoin daily time frame where all of the juices are. I want to start talking about this descending trend and this ascending trend. So we started to open our buy long positions at approximately those levels, and my final take profit target was $101,000. Everything is documented on my YouTube, everything is posted on my Instagram, so go check it out. But when we started to break through those levels, I mean, fellas, I was in the FOMO. I was like, maybe I'm wrong, maybe we won't see this just see healthy pullback. We're gonna go straight towards that $150,000. Wrong. The market structure is there, the data is there, and I mean, after I told you guys, after a breakdown, we can start shifting from the bullish into the bearish market structure. That's what happened. But of course, the good thing is that, I mean, let's just look at the left side. Clean breakout, rally to the upside, ascending trend line, respectful with the multiple touch points, breakdown, movement to the downside. And luckily, we found another, let's just call it a spider web, ascending support. And we respect, let's just say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 touch points. I mean, the beautiful and respectful trend line that holds the price right now at approximately, in the Bitcoin is trading at $104,000. But if we're gonna experience another breakdown, $100 and $101,000 Bitcoin is always on the table. This beautiful key level, this respectful key level, because we're printing lower highs and the selling pressure is there after we break through those levels. I mean, through those all-time highs, we grab that liquidity. Unfortunately, that was the the worst breakout through the all-time highs I ever seen. So no impulsive movement to the upside, no FOMO, none of that. Straight to hell, movement to the downside. Of course, the trading environment on the Bitcoin is not there. I mean, I'm not a psycho. I don't believe in the fairy tales and unicorns and, I don't know, rainbows. I do believe in the pullbacks and the healthy pullbacks, as we saw here. Of course, it's a little bit boring because this is the daily time frame, but those are the juice levels at the completely bottom that I'm looking for. Of course, if the Bitcoin is going to experience the breakdown, my final take profit, I mean, not the final take profit target, I didn't open my sell short position, I opened my buy long position on ETH. And if we're going to go straight to hell, I'm ready to get smoked on Ethereum long position, so I don't care. This is the game I chose to play, so there is nothing wrong by being wrong. And 0.5, the golden ratio from our completely lows to our highs, is sitting at $93,000. So my final, let's just see if you open your sell short position, or my final support, if we're going to experience the drawdown, my final target would be $93,000. And I hope this key level will hold us, because the demand and the key level that needs to be retested, the data, the gap for a pullback is there, and there's like a high chance for us to start retesting. Of course, I'm a little bit also cautious because look at the previous rally. The price is going, I don't know, straight to the moon, but the momentum waves and the money flow is leaving the market. That's what creates divergence. And that is what we're seeing right now. Not especially on the money flow, but yeah, money flow is leaving the market and the momentum waves are, let's just say, looks cleaner than here. And that what creates divergence as well. So let's just say my educational guess would be, after a breakdown, maybe a wick to the downside to shake everyone off, that would be a healthy scenario to see another 10% drawdown. But when there's a bear scenario, there is a bullish scenario. Right now, Bitcoin is squeezing by printing those lower highs, squeezing inside this, let's just call it the symmetrical triangle pattern, and a lot of liquidity is sitting at 105, 106, and approximately $107,000. So the Bitcoin also has a chance to retest one more time the supply to grab those leftovers, and then to form a triple top pattern and to break this ascending support, key level, and straight to hell. This is actually nothing new because we discussed this scenario during my live stream, and I've been prepared for this mentally. If this is gonna happen, I prepared this mentally and technically. If we're gonna experience this drawdown, I'm opening my buy long position at approximately those levels. But still, I told you guys like numerous times, when we're sitting at the all-time highs, the trading environment for me is just not there. I have no idea. And right now, there's like a lot of uncertainty in the market, war in the Middle East. Of course, I'm not going to discuss about that. But yeah, the trading environment is just not there. There's a lot of turbulence right now in the market. But it is very hard to navigate in the market for me when the Bitcoin is sitting at the all-time highs and the altcoins are sitting at the all-time lows. For example, if we're going to talk about Ethereum, let's just jump into Ethereum charts. I'm ready to get smoked. This is like, yeah, it is what it is. My original plan, technically looking at this buy long position that I opened, for those who know, they know. I mean, I posted everything on my Telegram. There's a link down below. It's absolutely free to join. Come on, it's not that hard to click that button. My original plan was to open a buy long position at approximately those levels, because this key level, it is also from those lows to those highs. The golden zone sits at 2.3k approximately. But I saw that the Ethereum is building a beautiful buy power base, and I thought maybe I'm gonna miss this movement, so I'm gonna open a small buy long position. And if I'm gonna get stepped out and we're gonna get respected from here, I'm gonna open another buy long position from here. But Ethereum is also printed an ascending trend. And I do believe, by looking also at the 50 and 200-day moving average, the respect is there. The respect is there. The demand, or let's just call it a support, 50-day, 200-day moving average, ascending. The demand, or should I say a buy power, is there. So the probability to bounce back up from here is huge. But we still need to be cautious, because the Bitcoin is the market leader, and of course potential divergence, not that perfect on the money flow, but yeah, I'm seeing that right now that the money is leaving the market and the momentum waves are still going down. So the potential divergence for this scenario to play out is also there. So yeah, at the end of the day, there's like a lot of uncertainty. But if I'm gonna get smoked, I'm gonna get smoked. But if we're gonna experience the breakdown, my target point would be on Ethereum. I mean, the next support would be on approximately 2.260, 2.3k. So keep an eye on those levels, because we have like multiple touch points. The respect is there, and the buying power, the buying pressure, should I say the buying power, yeah, is approximately a 2.3k. But yeah, but if we're gonna start bouncing back up from here and I'm not gonna get stepped out, my target point, $3,000, when we see the respect there at that key level, and $4,000 approximately, that selling pressure, that daily supply that sits at the top, still on the table. I'm still following my plan. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Who cares? Then if we're gonna experience the breakdown, we're gonna start looking for another buy long opportunity. But it's very hard to navigate when trying to compare. This is like not the same rally as we saw like a previous bull rally. When the Bitcoin is pumping, yeah, Ethereum is trying to follow, but right now Bitcoin is reaching the all-time highs and Ethereum is sitting at around middle, at around somewhere in the middle, when the altcoins are reaching the all-time lows. I mean, look at the Polkadot, for crying loud. I mean, look at the majority of those coins sitting at the absolutely lows. So that is, I'm trying to question myself. This is it? By looking on the weekly time frame, we reach our top and this cycle we're not gonna see an altcoin season, or we're completely wrong. Bitcoin is gonna experience the breakdown. I mean, a breakout through this descending trend, because right now I'm waiting to see more data at the top here. Are we printing this potential flag that has a flag probability after a breakout to start shredding once again to the upside Bitcoin? Or this is like absolutely top, market uncertainty, war in the Middle East, the market sentiments are completely shifting from a bullish into the bearish one. So please be cautious. I mean, at the end of the day, right now, by talking about Bitcoin, keep an eye on this ascending trend. Keep an eye, because this ascending trend is like our lifesaver. If we're gonna experience the breakdown, let's just say we're gonna completely shift into the bearish market structure without having mistakes done here. So we're gonna experience completely change of character, or whatever terms you want to use it. So that would be like completely bearish movement. And then yeah, we need to shift our mindsets. Now on Ethereum, on the other hand, still looks good. So the correlation between those two, if the Bitcoin is going to start dropping, I do believe that I'm going to get smoked on this one. So yeah, it is what it is. I prepare for all kind of scenarios. So yeah, so that is pretty much it. I'm long on Ethereum. If I'm going to get smoked, it is what it is. But Bitcoin, when it sits on all-time highs, I'm trying to be cautious, because the divergence, like a very, very powerful indicator, and it's like a very powerful trading strategy if you're trading divergence. So the divergence, when it starts dropping, it drops hard, as we saw here. Just look at this one. As we saw here, like the divergence started to play out, negative 30% drawdown. If we're going to experience another one, the buying power is approximately here. Yeah, still negative 30% drawdown. And if we're going to experience even lower price at approximately $80,000 and we're going to start bouncing back up from here, we're going to create a higher low, which would be a extremely bullish looking on the daily time frame, not on those smaller time frames. Come on, but be ready to experience more pain. Everything was discussed during the live stream, so subscribe, like to the channel, and join me during the next live stream. I'm probably going to do that tomorrow, so yeah, stay tuned. Ethereum, do something about it. And yeah, it is what it is. Quick market update. So yeah, take it or leave it. That's my 2 cents. And yeah, peace out. I'm going to see you in the next one.